Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the YouTube stage identification of one of the best from Massachusetts resident YouTubers. I'm here live in the basement, and no, it is not NTV's remote control, sorry to say. And my name is not Ken Ober, I'm neither him, so God rest his soul, and sorry about that. My name is Eric Lima, though. You are watching WEML-TV, Channel 77, Episode 228, beautiful day, Sunday afternoon, May the 16th, 2021, 2:22 p.m., about less than 5 hours to go to WWE WrestleMania Backlash tonight. I'll be watching it, giving you the results and whatnot. So, I have not done this in quite a while. And as you know, we've been always, if you're a wrestling fan, you talk about dream matches. You talk about fantasy matches of superstar, of wrestlers, past, present, and future, whether it be dead or alive and whatnot. So my wrestling booking fantasy thoughts about what team would I like to book in kind of matches, against. So I'm picking a team. I figured that the Brothers of Destruction team of Kane and The Undertaker would be my subject for wrestling booking fantasy thoughts number 6. I have not done this in quite a while. I figured I'd get back into it, dive into it. So who would I pick Kane and The Undertaker against? So I picked kind of the top 10 power teams. Teams that not only have power, but that have brawling and just don't care about the rules. And they just go right at it, just like the Brothers of Destruction. And I have picked out the top 10 teams of the past and present of that and future. And check this out. You're thinking, wow, these are teams that could give The Undertaker and Kane kind of fits. Let's go down, and I'll tell you why. We're going to go down the line through each team. Demolition. Let's start with them. They were once the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions till the New Day broke the record a couple of years ago. Demolition had a manager, Johnny V, luscious Johnny Valiant at first, but then he sold Demolition to Mr. Fuji, who's more lethal than Valiant himself, in my opinion. And then they had the third member, Crush, made his debut in 1990. Here's the crazy part about this whole thing. Brothers Destruction against Demolition, I give Demolition the advantage. Here's why. You put him in a street fight, no disqualification. You get all 3 members of Demolition. Plus you add Mr. Fuji to the mix. That would prove problems for Kane and The Undertaker. And I know Undertaker and Crush did face each other before. And also, when they went at it with Chronic. The reason why I didn't add APA and Chronic to the list, I don't know if APA ever faced Kane and The Undertaker. And you know what, though? I think I should add those 2 in there. I don't think they necessarily did face the Brothers of Destruction before, but I think they have, but I'm not so sure. That was one feud. I think there could be one feud that I think that was very disappointing inside the book. I don't know if anybody's let me know if the Acolytes have faced the Undertaker and Kane before in a tag match. Please let me know, because I forget now. Like I said, I'm going back to Demolition here. Demolition, you got three one-man advantage. You add Mr. Fuji to that, to Demolition. Let's just say, the Brothers of Destruction says we beat every team ever. Demolition makes a comeback. And they said, we'll challenge the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker. And they decide, we'll bring Fuji and Crush in to give them fits. That's going to be, if it was a no disqualification street fight, Demolition would have the upper hand, because you add Fuji and you add Fuji and Crush to the mix, or in the regular tag match, Demolition would have the advantage because you don't know which members, 2 of the 3 members of Demolition they would face, and would be Action Crush, Smash and Crush, Action Smash, who knows for sure. But knowing Kane and The Undertaker, they'll probably study up and know every combination there is, so we don't know for sure. And so I personally think, okay, the Natural Disasters. Let's say that if Natural Disasters had Jimmy Hart, that would be another thing too, that the brothers, they would give the Brothers Destruction fits, having the annoying Jimmy Hart. We have Paul Bearer, to the Brothers Destruction team, that would even out the sides. That's why I think that's why I think the Brothers Destruction would have the advantage. Get Paul Bearer to be even up the sides. So, and I think you, like I said, all these teams, you put these teams against the Brothers Destruction each match in a no disqualification street fight match. Expect for a fight, because the reason why I decided to do the Brothers Destruction because I watched the Rikishi Haku team up against Brothers Destruction, which is the most underrated feuds of 2001 in the WWE, because that, you know, if it ended up in the invasion angle, these two teams would have gone at it like cats and dogs. Let me tell you. I mean, you're talking about rivalries galore. You know, it would be something else. Now, at the disasters, you get Jimmy Hart, you get Paul Bearer to even things out, and it could be a little bit crazy, but a lot, you know, just throw the rule book out the window, let these two teams go at it. Powers of Pain, same thing. You get either the Baron or Mr. Fuji in their corner as their manager. You get Paul Bearer. I think it's going to be, but Powers of Pain would have to be because Mr. Fuji knows how to fight. Paul Bearer has never fought in the match, so that's the only. Nasty Boys, same thing. Street fight, no disqualification. Rule book goes out the window in this case. I forgot. I forgot to put down. Hold on. I'll keep talking about the Nasty Boys, and you get Jimmy Hart, and I think you get Jimmy Hart. You guys, you're talking about no disqualification and everything else. If the Brothers of Destruction do take out Jimmy Hart in that situation, or have Paul Bearer do it, and I think it's something that it's something to look after. I forgot to add LOD in this one. So the Head Shrinkers. Now we saw, like I said, I mentioned Rikishi. He was one half of the Head Shrinkers, but then you got the third man involved. And that would be Sione, but you got Alpha and Captain Lou Albano. Now, like I said, street fight rules, anything goes. Head Shrinkers have that advantage because Captain Lou and Alpha will probably distract the Brothers of Destruction. You got Sione in there. Like I said, Sione was the Barbarian, so I personally think that it's going to be a crazy matchup indeed. The Quebecers. Why do I have the Quebecers? You got Johnny Polo in their corner. They'll break rules or something like that. The BOD. But if, let's say, forget the Quebec province rules. Street fight, Pierre would hold his own. He's done that in singles competition with The Undertaker when he was known as Jean-Pierre Lafitte. Pierre was. But what is Jacques and Pierre, and I think the Quebecers and the Brothers of Destruction, they'll be even crazy. Public Enemy from ECW. Been known as putting people through tables, just like the Dudleys. I personally think that I think that would be a heck of a matchup, too. If the Brothers of Destruction will say they make a visit to ECW, issue a challenge, and issue a challenge to any team. Public Enemy comes out. We got tables. We'll beat the crap out of you in that matchup. All right, another team. Harlem Heat. Booker T and Stevie Ray, the Hall of Famers. 11-time tag team champions of WCW. I say this. You got Harlem Heat. You put Sister Sherry, Sensational Sherry, in their corner. But, she would be seriously put in harm's way and possibly distract Paul Bearer somehow. You get the Brothers of Destruction. There you go. That would be a humongous fight. Like I said, going back to Public Enemy, put them in the Brothers of Destruction in an ECW environment. Boom. Let those teams go at it. Fans, get out of the way. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Now, Men on a Mission. Okay, let's say that, they've been heels. They were heels in mid-95. Mabel and Undertaker, they had a lot of history. Mabel became Viscera and joined the Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness. And then the two went out. Mabel was king when he feuded with the Undertaker. I mean, imagine if Oscar decided we'll return heel, bring back Men on the Mission, even though Viscera is no longer with us. God rest his soul. Imagine, let's just say, let's before this, hypothetically speaking, before Mabel did pass away. What if Oscar says, "I'm bringing back a couple, my boys, Men on the Mission. They want you, Brothers of Destruction, in a Harlem street fight or any kind of street fight. You take those two teams, let them go all out. Shopping carts full of weapons surrounding the ring." Pick up a weapon, starts beating the ever-loving snot out of each other. There you go. That'll be something. Now, let's bring one of the young teams in there. The Authors of Pain. The Authors of Pain from NXT, former NXT Tag Team Champions, former Raw Tag Team Champions. You know, if you, let's just say, leave the managers out of it. Leave, you know, I know Drake Maverick was in their corner a couple of times. You know, even if Drake Maverick, and I mean, the Brothers Destruction will be focusing on him, roughing him up. But then you got Akam and Razor, I'd give them the advantage. Um, you know, I could sense the Authors of Pain and the Brothers Destruction. I tell you, get those two teams go at it. How about the APA? I don't know if they've ever faced each other during the Attitude Era, especially in '99, 2000, or even better yet, in the 2000s when they were APA and they were met. And those two teams, they could probably go at it. They probably go at it in the APA office and probably beat the snot out of each other, drink beer while they're at it. And who knows, a barroom brawl. But the Brothers Destruction, if they entered a bar, that reception of the acolytes, every customer will clear out and clean the ladies. I would say, if I were y'all, I leave right now, because if you mess one of those 2 7-foot monsters, they'll probably put you in the hospital, or better yet, the morgue. You don't want that. LOD versus the Brothers of Destruction. That would be a dream, ultimate dream matchup. Paul Ellering, and put Paul Bear in the corner of Kane The Undertaker. Paul Ellering in the corner of Hawk and Animal. You're talking about a team that could really one rough shot. And there's one more team. I forgot to add this team. Now, this could have happened, and it didn't. And I can... How about the Ascension? Connor and Victor. Put them against the Brothers of Destruction. Make them beat... You know, it will be a heck of a street fight. Give that up. You know what I'm saying? Give all these teams up. All these teams, you put all these teams against the Brothers of Destruction. Have them run the gauntlet. Have them... Tag Team Battle Royal, Tag Team Turmoil, Brothers of Destruction against all these teams here. You can guarantee more street fights are going to come out of this. It'll be totally extreme, and I'll tell you, it's going to be crazy, to say the least. So that is my take. Wrestling Booking Fantasy 6. The subject, the Brothers of Destruction, and you're talking about all these teams. Which team would you like to have seen the Brothers of Destruction, Kane The Undertaker, fight against? And tell me why in the comments. I really do want to get your input on it. These are my teams for a fantasy fight. You know, all you gotta do is throw the rule book out the window, let these teams go at it, and I'll be a referee just standing there watching them fight. And then all of a sudden, if they got somebody down, 1, 2, if they kick out, they kick out. They kick out 2. And if they ask me, how come you're not doing anything? Let these two teams decide. You think I'm going to stand in their way? If I was a referee, I'm like, you guys go at it. No disqualification, anything goes. If the commissioner says rule book goes out the window, rule book goes out the window. Let's go. Let's go. I will let Kane Taker go. All yours. I ain't going to get involved in this. I'll just count to 3. That's it. You know what I mean? That would be... So, once again, these are the teams... study them up. If you think there's other teams that should be on this list, let me know. I would love to see that. You know, any stable like Violent by Design. You know, I know they wiped out one stable. That would be freaking Right to Censor. Who knows for sure? I don't know. That would be crazy insane. All right. That is all the time we have on the show. Wrestling Booking Fantasy Thoughts number 6. The Brothers of Destruction is my subject because I watched their match. First Blood match, SmackDown Extreme, February 1st, 2001. As they fought Rikishi and Haku, which I thought was the craziest matchup of all. When I found out Haku was coming back when I saw Haku come back to the WWE in 2001, and in the Men's Royal Rumble, and all of a sudden he got himself involved in Rikishi's feud with both Kane with the Undertaker, I figured, holy crap. Imagine Haku and Undertaker. I didn't realize they faced each other before in 1992 in Japan, which was a heck of a fight. So, and adding, Rikishi and Haku, against Taker and Kane, you're talking about insane craziness, to say the least. Alright, then, that's all the time I have here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and many others. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see, if you like any more of my content, please press subscribe and press the bell for notifications of when my new videos coming in. Tell your friends, tell an enemy, tell somebody about my YouTube channel, WEML-TV channel 77. You gotta check me out. Also, check me out. Check myself, Brandon Martin, Jordan Little, and Michael Bombardier out every Thursday night at 8 for the Rant and Rave podcast. I'm hoping that you guys check us out. We always have special guests sometimes. Or we just shoot the breeze about just about anything. So I will see you guys later. And until then, this is Eric Lehman saying, bless out.